Welcome to our Middle East briefing program. Today, we dive into some critical updates from the region. First up, a devastating Israeli airstrike on a tent encampment in Khan Younis, Gaza, has tragically claimed the lives of at least 14 Palestinians. This strike, which the Israeli military claims targeted a Hamas command center, has left many in chaos as emergency services rush to rescue efforts amidst the destruction. In sports, Wales has made headlines with a hard-fought 2-1 victory over Montenegro, marking Craig Bellamy's first win as head coach. Despite facing torrential rain and challenging conditions, the team showcased resilience and determination, with Kieffer and Harry Wilson scoring crucial goals. Bellamy expressed immense pride in his players' ability to adapt and overcome adversity, setting an optimistic tone for upcoming matches. Lastly, in a concerning development in the U.S., authorities have charged 2 men for their involvement in a white supremacist group and for inciting violence on the messaging app Telegram. The Justice Department has highlighted the serious nature of the threats posed by this group, especially with the upcoming presidential election on the horizon. Please stay tuned for more detailed coverage on these important stories. South China Morning Post reports that a devastating Israeli airstrike in Khan Younis, southern Gaza, has claimed the lives of at least 14 Palestinians, according to local doctors and Hamas media. The attack targeted a tent encampment, which was housing displaced individuals in a designated humanitarian zone, with residents stating that at least 4 missiles struck the area. The blast ignited numerous tents and created massive craters, leading a Gaza civil emergency official to describe the incident as a new Israeli massacre. Meanwhile, the Israeli military defended the strike, claiming it targeted significant Hamas operatives within a command center. The ongoing conflict, which escalated after Hamas's attack on Israel on October 7, has led to the deaths of over 40,900 Palestinians, while both sides continue to blame each other for the lack of a ceasefire. In another report from South China Morning Post, the world of sports saw a quieter Monday following a chaotic weekend filled with significant events. Italy's national football team secured a narrow 2-1 victory over Israel in the Nations League, a match held in Budapest due to the ongoing conflict in Gaza. The game was marked by a subdued atmosphere, with some Italian fans turning their backs during the Israeli national anthem. Meanwhile, Norwegian striker Erling Haaland scored his 32nd international goal in a match against Austria, although Arsenal captain Martin Odegaard suffered a concerning ankle injury. In cricket, England's men's team faced a disappointing defeat against Sri Lanka, while the women's team achieved a record-breaking victory over Ireland, showcasing the highs and lows of sports amidst the backdrop of international turmoil. The Independent highlights the findings of the Electoral Commission regarding the impact of new voter ID rules implemented during the recent general election. Approximately 16,000 people were unable to vote due to these requirements, which were introduced to combat potential voter fraud. Although a majority of voters successfully cast their ballots, the Commission noted that 0.08% were initially turned away, with many citing the ID requirement as a deterrent to voting. The analysis revealed that the rules disproportionately affected individuals from poorer backgrounds, and the Commission is urging the government to review the list of accepted IDs and consider additional measures to improve accessibility. Notably, the close margins of victory in several constituencies suggest that the voter ID rules may have influenced election outcomes, raising concerns about the fairness of the electoral process. The Independent reports that Sala Braverman, the former Home Secretary, faced backlash for her remarks regarding the policing of a pro-Palestinian march, which she had herself commissioned a report on. Chief Inspector Andy Cook's findings criticized her public condemnation of the Metropolitan Police, suggesting such comments should have been made privately. Braverman accused the police of bias, claiming they favored right-wing protesters over pro-Palestinian demonstrators. The report emphasized the need for politicians to be cautious in their public statements to maintain the perceived impartiality of the police, highlighting the delicate balance between political oversight and police independence. It also revealed instances of political interference in operational policing, calling for clearer definitions of police independence. In another piece from The Independent, Craig Bellamy expressed immense pride after Wales secured a 2-1 victory against Montenegro under challenging conditions. The torrential rain turned the pitch into a slippery battleground, leading Bellamy to describe the match as one of the toughest he has ever experienced. Despite the adverse weather and travel complications, Wales emerged victorious, with early goals from Kieffer and Harry Wilson. Bellamy praised his team's resilience and emphasized the importance of winning battles on the field, likening the match to a boxing match where only the strongest prevail. He also reflected on the camaraderie within the team and looked forward to future matches, hoping to have injured players back in action. The New York Times reports on a recent airstrike in Syria that resulted in at least 18 fatalities and numerous injuries, with Syria's state media attributing the attack to Israel. The strikes targeted Masyaf, a city known for its military research facilities, allegedly involved in developing precision missiles and other weaponry, potentially with Iranian support. While Israeli officials refrained from commenting, the Syrian Observatory for Human Rights indicated that the airstrikes were among the deadliest in recent months. The strikes not only resulted in casualties but also caused significant damage to infrastructure, raising concerns about escalating tensions in the region. Yahoo US reports on Wales' thrilling victory against Montenegro, marking Craig Bellamy's first win as head coach in a challenging Nations League match. The game kicked off with a bang as Kieffer scored just 37 seconds in, followed by Harry Wilson's stunning 25-yard strike 2 minutes later, giving Wales a quick 2-0 lead. The torrential rain made the pitch difficult to play on, leading to a chaotic yet entertaining match with chances for both teams. Montenegro's captain, Stevan Jovetic, almost brought his side back into the game with a spectacular shot that hit the bar, and despite Wales' missed opportunities, they managed to hold on for a 2-1 win, securing 4 points from their first 2 matches in Group B4. The Independent highlights the injury concerns for Arsenal's Martin Odegaard, who limped off during Norway's 2-1 victory over Austria. The incident occurred after a tangle with Christoph Baumgartner, leaving Odegaard in tears as he was assisted off the pitch by teammate Erling Haaland. This injury poses a challenge for Arsenal's coach Mikel Arteta, who is already missing suspended player Declan Rice ahead of the crucial North London derby. Meanwhile, in other UEFA Nations League matches, France rebounded with a 2-0 win over Belgium, and Italy secured a 2-1 victory against Israel, further intensifying the competition in their respective groups. Al Jazeera reports on the serious charges brought against 2 men, Dallas Aaron Humber and Matthew Robert Allison, accused of promoting violence and hate crimes through the messaging app Telegram. Prosecutors allege that the duo, motivated by white supremacist ideology, led a group called Terragram Collective, which aimed to incite violence against minorities and government officials. Facing 15 federal counts, including soliciting murder and distributing bomb-making instructions, their activities have raised significant concerns about political violence in the U.S. as the upcoming presidential election approaches. The Justice Department emphasized their commitment to holding accountable those who engage in bias-motivated violence, underscoring the dangers posed by such extremist groups. Yahoo US reports that Italy's coach Luciano Spalletti has shared insights on Federico Chiesa following Italy's 2-1 victory over Israel in the Nations League. With goals from Davide Fratesi and Moise Kean, Italy secured their second win in the group stages, having previously triumphed over France. Spalletti envisions Chiesa fitting into the team as a second striker, with the freedom to drift out to the wings in their 3-5-2 formation. He emphasized the need for improvement in tight spaces and a balance in defense as they prepare for future matches. Spalletti also praised Fratesi, highlighting his significant contributions even when not directly involved in the play, underscoring his importance to the team's dynamics. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.
Waking up to wonders, checking nature blunders. Got our rockets flying while the oceans are sighing. Lasers in the sky now, holograms we say.